One shot. Let's begin. Harukaze Mound by Goto Togo and Matsura Kento. In case you forgot about this pair, we read about them yesterday with the cool little dog demon, and now they're tackling a sports manga. Alright, let's see how it goes. 2 years ago. Alright, let's begin. A new hot air that blows in the jump. The second. Is that a translation already? The second manga of this duo in the magazine. A full-scale baseball story. Awesome. I don't know much about baseball. I did Little League first season. I read one out, and I read the Ace of Diamonds for a bit. Alright, let's begin, everybody. Oh, wait. Oh, it's your first manga translation. Hey, you know what? I appreciate that, man. You know, let's do our best here. And you did everything, so good for you. Good for you, Mapache Scans. All right. When I was in elementary school, I was shining. Ace team pitcher after striking out one after another. My younger brother respected me. My brother is amazing. I will be a great pitcher like my brother. That's right. We could become a pitcher together. Let's go to Koshin, brother. This was my promise with my brother. 5 years later. Elder brother Nagahara Kuzumi. Third grade Ichigo Junior High School. Bases loaded, but don't be afraid. At times like this, I have to throw with all my power! Ball. Ball 2. Ball 3. Ball 4. Again, a walk. You're too much of a no-brainer, Nagaharu. You're just being a jerk. Get out of my face. To someone who is doing his best, you can't talk like that. Why are you being so backwards? You're breaking the game. Are you looking at the mitt? Akazaki, replace Nagaharu. Brother. Oh, okay, I gotta go from the Mickey Mouse. Maybe I could do a... Brother, it's a change. Younger brother Akakaze Kazumi, 2nd grade Ichigo Junior High School. I've only pitched this inning. And yet, you fail so much I can't help it. You said you were feeling better. The manager asked me to. Bases are loaded right now. Are you okay, Akakaze? It's a big moment, do you understand? You loaded the bases, brother. Are you sure about my brother? No matter how he fails, he will be better than you. Ooch. Now, watch Akakaze pitching properly. Strike! The moment before the release is fast. Moreover, it's hard to get out of the first ball at the inner angle. Fast tempo. A foul ball, and it didn't hit it again? The ball doesn't come into the right spot even though he threw it right away. It looks like it's thrown easily. That was a small takeback. Compact form with no waste. It's hard to see where the ball is coming from. Hitter's gonna have a hard time getting the timing right. No time for the hitter to think. Akaze's pitching is like hunting! Quickly and accurately, finishing it off on the long street. Strike 3! That ball control is the exact opposite of you. Yes, my glory lasted until elementary school. Ace's brother is completely left behind. Nagaharu, look at that. Akakaze's with the scouts. The person is coach at the prestigious Shoshui High School. It was a hot topic when they chose a female coach. I think her name is Yokogi. It's amazing that the guy got a call from a prestigious school as a sophomore. Does he normally do shadow pitching in unnatural places with such a weird face? I'm sorry, that's my brother. I'm sorry, he is an idiot. Oh, you're Akakaze-kun's older brother, Nagaharu-kun, right? The appeal was not a success, but this is a great chance to hear from a prestigious coach. I'm really surprised. Unlike Akakaze-kun, your strikes don't come in. They are not calculable on my least favorite type. Ugh. I will continue to get along with Akakaze-kun. Don't have a weird influence on your brother. Well, excuse me. That girl is scary. I guess the rumor about her being a toxic coach were true. Huh. If I pitch, they'll use me in the first team right away. If you want to make it to the Koshin, You need a good environment for the Shosui Baseball Club. Well, no big deal. No, Harukaze. A prestigious school in first round and then Koshin? It's a big deal. Why don't you like that? Stop. That Yokoi coach? I looked it up. The weight of pitcher training is increasing, even in the high school baseball world due to the pitch count problem. A full-time pitching coach is appointed to the prestigious Shoshui. Will it be catalyst for a breakthrough, the barrier of the Koshin Best Eight? After all, she's a full-time pitching coach with a prestigious name. You did it! If you go there, you'll definitely improve your level of skill and get a positive response. So? What about you, brother? Uh, You're going to include Shosui in your future plans? First, Harukaze Mound. My least favorite type. I am! Hey, see? I seem to be hated by that coach. Well, I don't care which high school I got into as long as I get to play baseball. But, Harukaze, you must go to Shosui. It's a chance for you, brother. Huh. This is bad. Harukaze's in this observation mode. When someone else says something you don't understand, he takes your time to observe it and find the truth. Harukaze in this mode always analyzes me carefully. He's angrily. Forget it. I want to take a bath. Oh? Brother, do not disappoint me. Harukaze? After that, Harukaze does not drop the subject of career paths. Somewhere during practice, I was missing something. Let's see. Stop it! Do you remember me? Harukaze's older brother. It's the pitcher. That child, what is he doing? Did you remember? This is Nagahara Kasumi, the guy who you dumped as not my type. Stop misunderstanding. Coach Yokogi, I understand. Don't call my name anymore. In other words, how to improve your pitching, right? For advice. Yes, no matter how bad you talk. Are you trying to pick a fight? Nagahara-kun, I'm busy in spite of my appearance. I haven't gotten a good response from Harukaze-kun. I really want him, but then I'll join Shosui. Why is that? Well, if I enter Shosui, Harukaze will probably come along too. What? Is it like that? He's a big brother's kid? If I put Nagahara-kun in Shosui, Harukaze-kun will be... Okay, I'll help you. Takakama Yokai, pitching female coach. By the way, high school baseball coaches are prohibited from coaching junior high school students under the rules of the Japan High School Baseball Federation. Yes, I'm just telling you a story about a little baseball player I happened to meet on the street. Later. To stabilize the control, I know it's a lot of work, but you need to work on your pitching form. Alright, come on! You have a soft body, by the way. Oh, especially the hip joint. The legs are almost 180 degrees. Well, wow. There aren't many days left, so it's going to be tough. Hey! Look! You're pushing it again. The only thing you need to put effort into is your fingertips at its time of release. Yes! Next! The release point and the position of the shaft foot are too disjointed every time. Especially the axis foot should point towards the catcher. And later, on the days you can't see it, have the pitching taken on video, and maybe you'll see his own pitches and realize what he's doing. The form is clean, but he can't get out the hardiness. Rather then, something doesn't feel right. I've been training for a month already. I don't get the image of better control at all. I mean, I've been thinking about it too much. Throwing is painful. How did I ever throw it? When did I start swinging my arm? Everyone has different control over their body. I knew it. He's not like Harukaze-kun. Right now we have to stick with it. But that's not for today. No. A little more. I'll throw in a few more. As a brother, I don't want to disappoint you. It's my fault. A picture that Harukaze would adore. That's the one I have to become. Pitchers are in a position that requires particular strength. And that point alone, I would say, I could admit that. I know that what you're thinking, but don't overwork yourself. Yes. When I was at Kuso Elementary School, wait, what? When I was at Kuso Elementary School, I didn't have that bad of control. Wait, a little. Nagahara-kun, what was that? No, that was official match. First match. Foul, foul, foul again. Gugu, you've been persistent since a few minutes ago. Strike! Coach. Akakaze's pitch count is already over 80 in the fourth inning. Due to the pitch count restrictions of the Japan Little Senior Junior High School Baseball Association, the maximum number of pitches per day is 90. Nice persistence. They don't have any other great pitchers. We'll take turns. It'd be dangerous if Akaze fell so early, because the other pitcher is... Maybe I'm going to take this down. What are we gonna do? Akakaze. He's always analyzing me with those eyes. Coach, I'll take the pitcher spot. What are you doing right now? What am I doing? I know. My brother's in trouble. Brother? Why are you so worried? Leave the rest to your brother. Don't cry because you got hit. Leave the rest to your brother. Oh my. I was curious to see you come over and see what you'll have to say. Nakahara-kun is on the board. Oh dear. He's been practicing hard since then. Now, let's see how this first real battle goes. What was that? Eh? No. Right now? I mean, that's how I threw in elementary. Perhaps Nagahara-kun. You know that thing that made you in elementary? Huh? Didn't I tell you that? It's a softball. Underslow? Yes, also known as summer rain pitching. Throw as if your body is submerged and released from the lowest position. In recent years, that type of throw is quite rare. No matter how anxious you are about the form, unless you have a good reason, it won't be an option. She's talking like a little girl. But he had his reasons. He experienced softball throwing in elementary school. This is an underhanded throw. Nagahara underthrows. No, it's more than that. He got a strike. It's a pitching practice, so we won't know unless the hitter comes in. I wouldn't say it's the same as the underhanded throw. Softball and underthrowing are two different things. It won't work that way. Of course he had practice making the form, but there are other reasons for underthrowing. Play. Until now, I used to throw with a feeling of, gee whiz, what suits me? I was aware during my softball days. That's it, that move. Yokai coach, what's that? You hit the target out of the blue and I noticed it in softball. Nakahara-kun, look at your pitch. Most of them are way off to the side. What does that mean? There are two types of pitchers. Move your body as if you're swinging down. That's the vertical rotation type. Twist your hips and throw, horizontal rotation type. This target shooting is a way to identify that type. For those who are apt to the vertical rotation throw, and people like you tend to come off sideways in horizontal rotation type. I'm a horizontal rotation type, but does it matter? It's very important. If the rotation of the body does not match the fragility of the arm when throwing, it makes it hard to control. Huh? So, vertical rotation types throwing is not suitable for horizontal rotation types like you. That was the true nature of your discomfort. Besides, the softball you were able to play an active part in, lateral rotation movements that twist the waist, then it suits me. Throwing that like in baseball. Throwing from below, which is familiar with horizontal rotation. Underthrow. Strike! It is in. It's a fluke. Are you surprised by one strike, huh? No, I'm surprised by the pitcher. Why? Calm down. Coach Ikai said, when the swing of the arm matches the rotation of the body, control is much better. And this feeling, it's been a while since I last felt it. It's fun to throw. Strike second. This ain't a fluke. Brother's ball speed. Isn't it higher than when you threw it overhand? No way. Overhand throwing allows angle and gravity to be placed in the ball. In contrast, the underthrow has a unique trajectory coming from below. You can mislead the batter. I never heard of a ball in speed increase, but it had that unique trajectory of ball speed. It's a threat to the batters. I didn't think that threat was possible. I never thought it'd be possible with those flexible hip joints. By dividing the upper body to the limit, the bending of the whole body maximizes lateral rotation. The deeper you dive, the more powerful it becomes, just like a submarine. Nagaharu Kazumi is pitching. The deeper he dives, the faster it'll be. What the hell is that? Its trajectory, its speed. I'm scared. Yeah. This is throwing like this is the right way for this. It's a fastball underthrow. Woohoo! Nagahara struck them out. Amazing, Nagahara. You've improved a lot. You've been reborn. Let's see. Brother, glad to have you back. My brother throws another pitch today. He was amazing. Oh, yeah? Guess I'm back. I wonder what they're talking about. Well, with this, I acquire rare underthrow pitcher even as a little brother. It's me. Now she's praising herself. Let's get out of here. 1 year later, at the Koshin Mound, connect the dream with the white balls, certain pitch brothers become the talk of the town, but it's just the beginning of this story. Okay. Let me... Have they been consistent? Mapache scans? Have they been? Okay. Let me go back one. Man, whenever I try to, how do I put this? Whenever it comes to a lot of these, oh, cute, look at that, you have Freerin. Whenever it comes to a lot of these series, especially if they're new to it, I don't like to be overly critical of the newer people, right? Especially with all this heartfelt messaging and everything. I'd say that I'm not an expert in English and even less in Japanese, and I don't know anything about baseball either, so there could be a lot of mistake. I decided to translate this one shot for being one of the creators of one of the manga that had the most potential in Jump, and this one shot's actually very good, especially the art. I hope they see light in the future. Thank you for reading. Yeah, that's what it kind of feels like. Technically speaking, this English, there's nothing necessarily wrong with it, right? I think it's like when I speak in Spanish. When I speak in Spanish, it's a little stilted. It's sometimes a little it's very unnatural, right? Because it's very technical when it comes to this here. And I think that's kind of the problem with this one, is that when it's translated, there's nothing too technically wrong with it, right? I think it kind of works, right? You do understand what's going on. You kind of get everything. And I do have to praise this person that English is not their first language, Japanese is not their first language, and they don't even like baseball, right? And as a result of that, this is why the translation comes across a little ever. And I will say, they've done more than I ever could, right? That because of this redraws, everything, the translations, they did this themselves. It's impressive. It's amazing. I'm glad they were able to do this, but it's also very beginnerish. And I will say that. And a lot of that comes just from, I guess, the nuances of language, right? Because I feel like there's a lot of moments where it feels a little stilted, or it could sound a little bit more natural, right? Like, I will be a great pitcher like my brother. There's nothing wrong with that. That's right. We become a pitcher together. Let's go to Koshin together. There's nothing technically wrong with that, but it doesn't feel something like a kid would say, right? Like, I'm going to be a great pitcher like my brother. That's right. We'll both go to Koshin to become pitchers, or we'll both become pitchers together. Or that's right. We'll play on the same team and both be pitchers. Let's go to Koshin together. Or we'll make it to Koshin together and be the all-star pitchers or something, right? Something like that. After strike one after my young brother respected me. Yup, or ace team pitcher after striking out one person after the next, or after striking out people again and again. My young brother admired me, or my young brother da 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 da. Right? Like my brother's amazing, right? And that's one of the things where I'm not gonna go through this again and again, technically speaking, and like talk about this too much. And I think that's like a big part of it. It feels a little unnatural, but there's nothing super technically wrong with it here. The only thing that I feel like might have been, you know, maybe I'm gonna take it down. Maybe I'm going to take this down. I feel like this scene here could have benefited with a little like this Akakaze. He's always analyzing me with those eyes. Yeah, like that's a good motif here. Let's see. I'll take the picture staff. What am I doing? I know. My brother's in trouble. Coach, like and this might be where some liberties might come in hand in trouble here, right? Like where it's like here, like he's always analyzing me look with those eyes, right? He's always analyzing me with those eyes, or he's always looking at me with those eyes, or he's always communicating with those eyes, or something like that, right? And then he something like I'll take the pitcher spot, or there might be some motif here where it's like those eyes are how he communicates with people, because I think it's a wonderful eyes, right? This is about Akazu's in observation mode. When someone says that you understand, take your time to observe, try the food, and this mode always analyzes me carefully, right? It's just like trying to find me out or figure out what I'm doing or communicate something. And then here, my brother is in trouble. Brother, why are you so worried? Leave the rest to your brother, right? Yeah, I don't know. I think it's technically right. And yeah, I think that's what it comes down to with this here. Like, especially this. And I will say this. I don't think I could do a better job here in terms of like the translating a different language here in terms of this. Um, because this is very technical stuff, and I am not an expert in baseball myself. Now, aside from that, I apologize for like kind of going off this where I appreciate this person what they did. Like they said, they felt passionate, they did something, and they're doing more than I ever did here, right? Now, if we're supposed to look at the story itself, I like this story. I think it's a pretty. What? How do I put this? If you play baseball, and I used to, not, but I don't really. I feel like this camaraderie and like trying to help your brother thing is really really cool. I don't know if this is a real thing when it comes to pitchers, where there's different types of submarine pitching and not. But I think it probably is, and I think people who play baseball will appreciate this a lot more. And I think that's what it is. I think this is probably as somebody from outside of baseball, I think this is okay. I think this is good. I think it's solid here, but I don't think this would be a series I kept up with too often unless I'm trying to like talk with somebody and trying to like analyze stuff, unless I'm trying to like bond with somebody or like, do whatever. Um and I don't have that like brotherly bond with like my own brother. Um that would kind of make me feel like attached to this here. I feel like there's a lot more there, and that could be there, right? With this whole like brotherly bond and helping each other. I just think for this particular story, I just can't quite get it. And maybe, yeah, maybe it is because of the translation, because it felt like it didn't feel as much like it was a really good story there. But I have to do with whatever scripts I'm given, right? Um, but yeah, I think it has a lot of potential. Because I think the thing is that with great shonen sports manga, the great thing about them is that they're also great manga. And maybe this is one of those things that I would need to read more and more and more of in order to get a stronger attachment to of. Because I did read Ace of Diamonds, and I really liked Ace of Diamonds. I thought there were some really good moments there. I think it was good stuff. I liked when they lost in the big moments. I liked the trading arcs. I liked the what do you call those? When you're in a slump, when you're just not doing very well and you keep losing and losing and losing. I think all of that was really good, really admirable. Hajime no Ippo. I love reading that series. It's great. I think it's one of the most motivating series you can read because it is a series of incremental progress, right? There is no fast way to go there. You just go slowly and consistently in order to get better, 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 and stronger, 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 right? Um, and I think that that's basically what that is, right? I'm trying to think if there's any other sports manga that I've read off the top of my head. Like, maybe. I don't know. But regardless, I think that this does have a lot of potential. But I would need to read more of this in order to get more and more of the bond here. So yeah, I think it's an alright one shot. I think that the art is good. I'll always say that. Oh, is this not in English? Let's see. I think the art is good. I think the art is wonderful. I think that these teams are really, really solid. Um, Again, their art is great. The writing is solid. They obviously got their own series here, the Tokyo Shinobi Squad. Um, maybe not. Maybe just the artist. And they made a really good one shot in this one. I just and maybe it's kind of a factor with these particular pairs, but and this isn't necessarily a bad thing. It kind of reads, and maybe I'll change my mind after reading this. It kind of reads like they're not writing one shots. It kind of feels like they're writing a serialization, like it's already serialized. And maybe that's kind of the approach you have to take whenever you're writing these one shots. That you need to go pretend like, all right, I've already created this world. There's a million other things here that you could do. Um, like, and I think the thing with this one in particular is that this is a chapter one of a story. The only thing that might make it a one shot is this flash forward to the future, right? But even then, that could be included in a new story, right? Or in a chapter one of a story. It's like, hey, this is how I became the greatest hero of all time, right? With My Hero Academia. Um, and I think that if you ever pitch this here, you gotta have both, right? Like that, you can't just be like, "Hey, I'm back," and then all of a sudden, boom, there you go. Now all of a sudden, it's a one shot, right? So I think that's kind of where it bothers me, just a little. I've read a lot of series that balance the one shot and the one chapter really, really well, where it could be both at the same time. This is a chapter one with one extra page that makes it a one shot. That's not a bad thing. I still think it's a solid series here, but it's just a trend I'm noticing with this pair. They're already ready for serialization, and they haven't been serialized. Have they? Is this a serialization? Honomiyoto Shodan. Ooh, psychic powers. Nice. So they do got a serialization. I don't know if it's still ongoing. No, it's completed. Okay. Um. Yeah, I feel kind of bad. I don't ever like ragging on a series too long like this, and I know I'm not being the most critical of them, but I think that's one of the things I'd offer if I were to like edit them is that in order to get to the serialization part, you still got to write a really good one shot, right? Because that's where essentially it's a starting off platform, right? You write the one shot, you leave that story, and maybe you have a few notes about the world, right? That you can go and build, or maybe you have some hints, but like, you know, um, and I will say their character designs. These are all main character energy, all of them. So boom, 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 good designs, and the woman coach, right? Oh gosh, what are their names? Do they? Is it Namikaze? Something like that. Oh, Nagaharu Kazumi. Whatever. Yeah, like this is a cool hairstyle. I'm being too mean. And I'm not even being particularly mean. But yeah, that's my unsolicited feedback. I'm gonna look at this one and I'm gonna cry. I know it. I absolutely know it. And then I'll take back everything I said. uh, oh, I wonder if they just. it's a different author again. Anywho, with all that being said, I apologize. Let's call it. With all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and thank you for being born, y'all. Peace.